Since the 31st of July, when a prominent trade unionist, Rong Chun, was arrested at his home in Phnom Penh by around 30 police officers, we have documented the arrest of 24 human rights defenders in Cambodia. And this includes 8 who were arrested in September alone so far. 13 of those arrested were subsequently released, reportedly after they signed agreements under duress to discontinue their human rights activities. 12 of them remain in detention, including one woman who was arrested immediately after leaving our office in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, this past Monday. Most of them face charges of incitement to commit felony, including 3 human rights environmental defenders. 2 of these were arrested after posting on Facebook their plans to walk to the Prime Minister's house to raise potential biodiversity and flooding concerns regarding the development of a lake. Numerous individuals have also reported receiving threatening phone calls, including death threats if they don't cease their human rights activism. They reported that they are being followed, and many are currently in hiding for fear of being arrested. We've also witnessed the unnecessary and excessive use of force by security forces against women demonstrators on at least 5 separate occasions in recent weeks. Most recently, on the 4th of September, a woman demonstrator was violently pushed to the ground and required hospitalization afterwards. We've also documented the intimidation of those participating in peaceful demonstrations, including protesters calling for measures to alleviate the economic impact of COVID on livelihoods, as well as environmental activists and those demanding the release of detained human rights defenders. The current situation marks a deepening of the government's intolerance to dissent and repression of the rights to freedom of expression, peaceful assembly, and association. It is mainly directed at human rights organizations, environmentalists, and human rights defenders. We call on the government to immediately and unconditionally release those detained for the exercise of these rights, and to bring an end to the intimidation of civil society actors. We call on the security forces to stop resorting to unnecessary and excessive force and intimidation against those engaged in peaceful protests.